Hi, and welcome to Season 2, Month 10 of my update videos. We've made it 40 weeks now, and that's pretty exciting. We're slowly approaching the 12-month, 1-year mark. So let's see what I've been up to the last month. Hope you've been enjoying the Grand Arena videos I've been uploading between monthly updates. I might try and make that more of a regular thing. But you may remember from last video, I am stabilizing the account and I am farming Doctor Aphra. That has been working out quite nicely for me. I've made it to Bronzium 3 now in Grand Arena, and I've been getting fairly consistent wins, surprisingly enough, and it's got a lot to do with the fact that I have more teams now. I've been able to get my Beskar Mando up to Relic 5, and my BT1 up to Relic 5, my first Aphra requirement, alongside a Gear 12 Queel, Grief, IG-11. It's all coming along quite nicely. My Wampa has been pulling its weight in a big way, so that has not been a wasted Omicron. It's fantastic stuff. As far as the order at which I'm gearing them, nothing has really changed. I am doing the Aphra requirements first, because that's the current farm, and they need a fair few Chirotechs. Once I've done the 3 remaining Aphra requirements, the gear will be going into Doctor Aphra, which means any character that requires Chirotechs like Captain Rex, Mando, Padme, Moff Gideon, and Dark Trooper will all have to wait until Aphra is at Relics before they get any of the Chirotechs they require. Sadly, that means this is going to take a lot longer than I first expected. I didn't realize that Chirotechs were going to be such a bottleneck. I knew they were a bottleneck, I didn't realize they were this bad. But that's just what's happening, and so we're rolling with those punches. Fortunately, I think once Kenobi is geared up enough, the Padme team should be able to operate quite fine without Padme at super high gear. They'll be able to hide behind General Kenobi. I might swap out R2-D2 for Mace Windu, as that's who I've been using in the team at the moment during Grand Arena, and that's been working quite nicely with the 2 tanks there, taking some heat off General Kenobi, which has been very nice. Mando, I think, will probably be my first non-Aphra Chirotech receiver, as he's just a good character that will benefit from being at least Gear 12, and that will make my Bounty Hunter team a much scarier squad, and it already gets quite a few holds in Grand Arena, so that's pretty exciting. We'll be getting up the Phoenix after that, with Rex needing the 2 Chirotechs here and here, and I might hold off on getting any of them to Relics because of the Chirotech requirements. It's just insane. I'll never get to farm Jabba at this rate. And then we're going for Sanastaros' team at the end of it all, but I think all 4 of these guys will be geared up before I get the requirements for Padme, Rex, and Mando, let alone my other Imperial troopers. But that's exciting stuff. I've been having a lot of fun messing around with some new teams and farming some new things. As far as ships are concerned, now that Executor is done and dusted, we are moving on to the Separatist fleet and getting the Separatists fully completed. I've farmed up all of the Separatist ships except Malevolence to 7 stars. Malevolence is 2 or 3 territory battles away, I think. And we'll have Malevolence at 7 stars as well, which is very exciting. Ultra Droid needs their special. The 8, the 3 Geonosians need their basics done. And Hyena Bomber needs all of their skills with the shipability material Omegas. And then that squad will be done. And that's another decent fleet off the list. Moving on to the Finalizer and the Radis farms. After that, I am currently working on those ships, as I no longer need to farm any of the Separatist ships, and I like to have at least 2 ship farms going at any one time. So using fleet energy, I am currently farming both the Defender and the Rebel Y-Wing. So when I want to do profundity, I'll have that, and so that I can make my Chimera fleet better. And then using the ship arena currency in the ship shop, I'm picking up First Order TIE Fighter pilot, the Resistance X-Wing, Rex's plane, Poe Dameron's ship, the Gauntlet, pretty much anything that requires energy farms, I'm picking up there. I'm currently farming the TIE Silencer and Kylo Ren Unmasked with Cantina energy. I think I'll only take the TIE Silencer to 5 stars so I can do the initial finalizer unlock. And that should probably have Kylo Ren Unmasked close to 7 stars. And then I'll move on to Jabba requirements or more signal data if I need it. Our Rebel ships are pretty good. There's only a couple of Rebel ships I'm yet to get to 7 stars. And they're not super important, aside from the X-Wing. I'm also going really hard in the Comeuppance farm right now. It's currently day 3 of the farm. I'm sitting on 122 shards. I'm using up to the 200 crystal refreshes. So all the 50s, all the 100s. I figure I'm going for the Radis soonish, and it's going to be easier to get it now than farm it up over the course of 6 months when it finally becomes available on a node. And I have the crystals right now, so why the heck not, eh? As far as mods are concerned, I am exclusively farming potency mods right now because I want to get the best mods possible for my Doctor Aphra. They are dropping pretty slowly because I'm not refreshing mod energy, which is something I might consider doing soon, but it's not high on the priority list right now because a lot of characters I have already have okay enough mods. Most of their mods have at least 5 speed on them, and at this stage in the game, that is sufficient for the most part. Of course, faster is better, but I want some really good mods on Aphra, so I've just been farming and farming and farming potency mods. Hopefully I'll get something good there. In the rest of the shops, nothing too exciting is happening, but I have been sitting, on a lot of the Raid 3 currency tokens to the point where I've nearly got capped out in our last raid payout. So I've started buying aero magnifiers and impulse detectors just so that I don't cap out. And now I've got enough aero magnifiers for a relegate. And I might pick up 40 impulse detectors if I want to take a character to relegate. Gonna have to start thinking about the Jabba journey in the next 4 or so months. So that's something that I am preparing for. I am also purchasing Hermit Yoda, which is finally at 6 stars. When we do TBs, I get some currency, and I'm also using the Raid 2 currency on Hermit Yoda, because I currently don't have any Gear 12 characters. I'm trying to take to Gear 13 and then Relics, so I don't immediately need this Raid 2 currency to get the upgrade materials or the gear. So I'm happy to use that on Hermit Yoda and just get it done. And then I pretty much have been spending my Raid 1 currency on credits and Carbantes. I was trying not to buy Carbantes and just let them come organically, but so many characters that I'm trying to gear up at the moment need hundreds and hundreds of Carbantes. A fantastic example of that is General Kenobi, who is just Carbante hungry. Purchasing Prestige because we need to get the Malevolence prestiged up. Galactic War is just constantly ships for Shard Shop currency. Fleet Arena I was discussing before. Look at that, Razor Crest. I am picking up, got 1 shard for Plo Koon's ship, but I've maxed out the First Order TIE Fighter. It's already unlocked, so I don't need those extra 10 shards. I'm picking up First Order TIE Fighter pilot because it's a hard node farm just by itself, so it seems like a pretty garbage farm otherwise. And yeah, whenever Poe's ship shows up or the Gauntlet shows up, or any of those rarer ships, I pick those up as well. Of course, Malevolence here, and Hermit Yoda here, and then I think I'll just save my Get 1 currency for General Skywalker or Darth Malak. There's no cap on that currency, so I can just pick it up. And I'm looking forward to getting the Negotiator unlocked soon. I went up against my first Negotiator recently in Grand Arena, and it was not fun. I'm also spending my Get 3 currency on Ki-Adi-Mundi. I know it's not the best use of Get 3 currency, but I really want to get Ki-Adi-Mundi, and this appears to be the only way I'll be able to get it in the next 5 years. Even if I only unlock him and then I stop farming him, I want Ki-Adi-Mundi. I don't even care if he's 7-starred, I just want him. Grand Arena, picking up the battle computers. It's pretty much the only way I get battle computers at the moment. I could swap, but I think the shock prods are more important than the battle computers in most instances. I'm sitting on 4, almost 5, I think, Paratech shock prods completely done, and half of a battle computer, but all of the characters I want to relic right now need that additional 100 shock prods to get to Gear 13 and relics, so I'm going to need the shock prods either way. So battle computers here, and then occasionally I get a few from the daily objectives, the daily rewards, and I'm just picking up kind of whatever feels right here in the shard shop, as again, I'm not currently trying to Gear 13 anyone, so I'm just trying to guess what is important and pick that up. Outside of that, our Grand Arenas have been going pretty well. My last week's Grand Arena was abysmal, got a lot of losses. These last 2 Grand Arena rounds have been 2 of the closest rounds I have ever seen. This one was 808 to 790. We both couldn't clear one zone, but I was fortunate enough to have my ship be the zone they couldn't clear. And this round was also very close and a much lower scoring one. 378 to 356. We could only do one zone each and then one character each, but I must have just been able to underman slightly better than they could underman. They were both much higher galactic power than me, and they just didn't have good mods, so I was able to outperform them with my smaller roster but better mods. It's pretty exciting stuff. My guild is winning most of its territory wars, which is pretty exciting, and it is good stuff. And we are doing Rise of the Empire on light side TBs. I think we got 14 stars on our last Rise of the Empire, so good stuff there. Pretty happy with it. The guild is getting much more competitive. We're running a raid once a week, I think every 7 days rather than every 6 days, because there are a few people who aren't as serious as the guild wants to be, but very happy with the performance overall, and it's been getting a lot of just great contributing people. In Fleet Arena, I have been getting consistent firsts all the time, unless I forget to attack because I don't look at the time. I am in first. I was originally running the triple attacker lineup, and it was getting to the point where everyone was struggling to beat it. So I messaged in the Shard Discord, and they said, "Oh yeah, it's pretty hard." So I swapped to the defense that you see here with Ray, and it's been fine. Everyone's been helpful. I thought someone would ask, "Hey, this is pretty difficult. Can you please change your defense?" But I noticed that there was a 48-hour period where I was first and no one knocked me out of it. So I quickly asked, and I was happy to oblige them. Got a very friendly Fleet Arena shard, it seems, so I'm pretty happy with that. The guy who unlocked the 7-star Leviathan has been underperforming because I think they just don't have everything that they need, as they bought most of the requirements rather than earned them. So I don't think they actually have 7 stars for everything. I think they have enough to start it, and then they just bought thousands and thousands and thousands of crystals worth of shards to take the Leviathan up to 7 stars. So they are still underperforming, so it's nothing to worry about yet. but it's still in the back of my mind. As far as, what is it called? Conquest is concerned, I managed to get the gold crate, I think, in normal last Conquest, which was very exciting. I wasn't expecting it. Because I don't have Commander Luke Skywalker, Conquest starts in a little over a day, and we'll hope for similar results. Beskar Armor Mando, paired with the Volatile Accelerator setup, and Han Solo pretty much deletes almost everything except Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum, which I found that out the hard way. But Conquest has actually been fun. That's been pretty cool. That's pretty much the end of the update. Thank you so much for tuning in every month. If you do, if you're interested in me making these updates more frequently, every fortnight or possibly even weekly, please sound off in the comments, let me know. If you've got any questions about my account progress or about your account progress, also please let me know. And have a good one. Thank you so much. Bye.